and there was like a couple that were physically fighting. Like the
a
man
guy,
was
yeah.
beating the woman, but they were so drunk.
Yeah.
So what are some ways that you educate your viewers on what they can do if they see something like this happening, and do it kind of like in a safe way? So yeah, like I personally think I would get a fright if somebody was fighting and I wouldn't know what to do, because actually me and Melanie have been in a situation like that where we were walking like up Frederick Street, and there was like a couple that were physically fighting. Like
Like
the
a
man
guy,
was
yeah.
beating the woman, but they were so drunk, and like I was like, Melanie, don't.
I stopped.
Like
I
Melanie
couldn't.
wanted to like, but there was people already like interjecting, so I was like, don't, because you'll get punched or like hurt.
No.
So but we stood and we waited for like, there was basically a man who then approached the other
Yeah.
guy, and then it stopped.
I was like literally counting in my head. I was
Yeah.
like, if someone doesn't intervene within these amount of seconds, I'm gonna do something.
Yeah.
Like I don't care if I get hurt, if I feel like I'm standing up for someone and protecting them from each other. Like I don't care. Like do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah,
my
because it's
opinion.
kind of scary. You're like, do I jump in the middle of this fight?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so
Yeah.
what are some ways that you
Yeah.
would recommend?
So the most common reason why people don't get involved is because they don't want to be in danger, and I get that. Like 100%, that is completely valid, and you shouldn't put yourself in danger. Like just, you know, respect your own like personal safety and put yourself first, because if you can't help yourself, you can't help anyone else.
Yeah.
But there are lots of different ways, and this like method kind of goes for anything. Like it goes for sexual assault, it goes for like people who make problematic jokes, like if they're being sexist, if they're being racist, if they're being homophobic, anything. Literally it works for anything. So it's the 5 Ds. Delay, document, I'm gonna have to try and remember. Delay, document, direct, divert. And basically delay is you wait until afterwards and you make sure that the victim's okay. So if you if you don't feel comfortable directly like getting involved, you wait until after everything's happened. This kind of is more applicable for when someone's made a comment and it's not like violent. You wait until afterwards, and it's actually really important to check up with the person and see how they're feeling. Not often do I get asked like, are you okay? And it's actually when that happens, I actually can talk about it and realize actually it's not okay, and someone acknowledge that. It makes you feel heard, it makes you feel validated, and then you can go on to ask them like, how do you want me to help? Like, how can I help? Can I report it? Can I like come with you to speak to someone about it? What can I do? So delay is waiting until afterwards. Direct is when, if you feel comfortable, if you feel like it's safe, like directly say something to the person, like stop doing that, or like, you know, just like interject. 3, divert, which is you can distract the perpetrator. So if they're making a nasty comment, you can like budge in the middle, like, oh, sorry, excuse me, or like ask someone for the time, or ask them like just a random, like bring up a random question. Or you can say, oh, hey, it's nice to see you, like I haven't seen you for a long time, are you okay? Like pretend to be friends with them.
Yeah, that's so true. Like
Yeah. And document is just remember what the person looks like. You can film them, take photos just to gather evidence, because that really, really helps. Often like things aren't picked up with CCTV very well. And often there aren't eyewitnesses, or the victim themselves, like they're too like traumatized by the event, they can't remember what the person looked like, they can't remember what happened. So if you actually get a documentation of that, that's really helpful. And yeah, I think those are the main ones. It's just make sure that you're safe, and if you can document it, then that's really good. And afterwards, like make sure that they're feeling okay.
Yeah, that's super helpful.
Yeah,
a lot safer than me just like jumping in head on. I'm just like
oh, and I remembered the 5th one, which is delegate.
Delegate.
Delegate, which is when you like help, like ask someone else for help. So a staff member, like security guard, police, you can phone the police, you can like delegate it to someone else, someone of authority who can help. Yeah.
No, that's super helpful. And I like the Divert one as well, just because it just triggered like a memory of when I was younger. We have Mardi Gras in like New Orleans, like I was like me and my girlfriend, and I think we were 16 at the time. We were really young, and we were there on our own. And we had been drinking, like, you know, and we were walking down the street. And our streets are like really close in New Orleans. Like, it's like if you like turn down a certain street, it's like really small and kind of like it can be quite isolated. And you can like turn down the wrong street and being the wrong kind of like sort of neighborhood that's really, really unsafe. And we were walking, and I noticed this group of men actually following us to the point where like she was drunk, and my mom always taught me to like be aware of your surroundings, like, you know, like she was always scared stuff like something like that would happen. And I like crossed the street with her. They crossed the street as well. They were following us for blocks. And I noticed that this person, there was a group of people, there was maybe 4 people coming towards us. And they were the last group of people before we were on the street by ourselves, like coming towards us. And I was like, no, like this, like, you know, I need to do something, you know, because then we're going to be alone and no one's going to be able to help us. So I went up to this, like these random people, and I was like, look, these guys, and I whispered really quickly, I was like, look, these guys are following us. Will you please pretend like you know me? And like they instantly were like, oh, hey, like, you know, really, really played into it and helped, like, do you know what I mean? And as soon as we met up with that group, they literally turned as soon as we did that and went down another street. Like they, like I'm telling your instincts as well. Like, and if your gut's telling you you're unsafe, something's wrong, like literally, like I've got even more stories, which is so sad, where I've literally been in the point where I like knew that if I wouldn't have diverted or in that sense, or asked for help, or called a friend, I would have got snatched, or I would have been like, something would have happened. Like it's just your gut. Like you just know.
You just know when something's off.
Yeah, so it is really important, not only, how you said, it can work for all different situations. Like, it's really important to like, not like teach young people, because it could be boys. I've listened to like loads of stories of like guys getting followed home, like teenagers and stuff, like and you know, that situation, they don't call anyone for help, and it almost turns into something. So it's like, always call someone or something like that, or ask someone for help, ask a stranger, like but no, I really appreciate that.
Can I tell a lighter story?
Yeah.
Something silly that happened, but so I was walking, I went to Lidl, and I was like, I'm gonna be a good person and not get a bag, because like, save the turtles. So I had like everything in my hands, and for some reason I bought too many things that were like small as well. Yeah, and now I had a good like 30-minute walk to get home. Yeah. So I'm walking along and I'm carrying everything, and then I get to like, you know, where all the trams are, kind of that area, and I trip on the tram.
Oh no.
And drop everything all over the ground, and I thought it was fucking hilarious. Like, I was bleeding, like I literally, like I proper hurt myself, and I literally got up and I was like, fuck this shit. Like, fuck all my stuff. But then I was like, I'm so close to home, like I have to pick it up. And I looked around and everyone was just staring at me like deers in the headlights. And like no one, because I was just like, oh, is someone gonna laugh? Is someone gonna do something? Like, is someone gonna help me? Because that's my first instinct, like, come and help me pick up my stuff. Nothing. Literally just
people
stared at me.
People are so weird, aren't they?
I know. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why could you not just help? Yeah. It's just some people are like,
just something's not connecting, I feel.
Yeah, like, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna watch this happen, but do nothing
and
about
not react.
it. Yeah,
so weird. That creeps me out.
I know, it was such a weird situation. Yeah, it was more like silly.
But also just illustrates how like incompetent some people are at just being nice. Or just being, not even nice, like just empathizing with, like, oh, if I was in that situation, I would like someone to help me. On the tram lines too, like that could be unsafe as well.
And my leggings like proper ripped, like I looked, you couldn't have missed it. It didn't look like anything other than what happened.
Not
so silly. Ridiculous.
So silly me.
No, I just thought that was so funny. I was pissing myself laughing. I was like, this is so... Oh, no one's laughing. Okay.
Yeah, I've had that happen in like the schoolyard. Like, and you would think that parents, and this is when I knew I didn't like the place I lived, and like I never felt like a sense of community in like the place where I lived before, where the kids went to school. I was like pushing on the kid's scooter, but something happened, it twisted, and I fell really hard, like super hard on the ground, and almost did like a little tumble and rolled out of it. And I was like, my whole shin was bruised. Like I really fell hard. And all the parents just stepped over me. No one asked me if I was okay. And the kids were just like, are you okay? Like, do you know what I mean? And and
They stepped over you.
Yeah. And I was just like, what the fuck?
What the hell? Yeah, I'm just lying here because I'm tired.
Yeah, and like they had clearly just seen me fall. Like just watched me, and like no one. And I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, I hate everyone at this school.
No, literally.
But again, I had a head injury, and like all the parents at this new place I live in Edinburgh, and it's a really good place, like by the beach, like really sense of community. And like I had one parent give me a free Reiki session. Like, you know, one parent gave me a magazine and sent me flowers. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's the difference. Is like, honestly, living with a community makes such a big difference in your mental health and wellness.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I didn't realize that until I found one.
No,
like,
for
yeah.
real. I'm like, I can totally relate. Like the place I live here, wherever I live. Don't want to be like telling everyone where I live, but in Edinburgh, and like it's such a nice sense of community here. Like everybody's so nice, everyone knows each other. There's like new people on the block, and we all like introduce each other.
Aww.
And then we have like, we literally, like for Halloween this year, we're all gathering to have a street party.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
I
just
know.
yeah.
About it.
You technically live
live
here,
here.
so literally, yeah. They were like, "Oh, Maggie, you're gonna be here for the Halloween party," and I'm like,
That's so
well, I didn't know we were
Aw,
having one, but
that's
yeah,
very cool.
Yeah.
And she was like, and they were like, "Oh, it's just the same as usual. It's just we're gonna be dressed up." And I was like, "Yeah, we have like drinks and everything. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Makes you feel so part of something,
Yeah.
like proper included. It's nice."
No, that's cool. I love everything that we talk about. Like, not like, obviously some of the subjects were like super like heart-wrenching and like a bit disappointing, and like people humanity. But I think it's really important to talk about it. Like, you know, like really, really important to spread that awareness, spread that education, and just like, get more people involved. So
I think
well done.
people need to
Thank
remember that others are people. Like, we're all, we can look different, but we're not different
like,
inside. Like, we all have the same fucking blood. We all have muscles and bones. So literally just, why are people judging others by the way that they look? Like, you literally don't know me. So don't judge me. Yeah.
Like, what gives you the right? Like,
But
like, that's
from another side, it's like, it just shows that their insecurity and their projection of negativity. Like, imagine what must be happening in their minds to think it's okay to just inflict pain on someone or like say mean words.
Yeah.
Imagine what's happening in their heads.
Yeah.
like, this has been so fun.
Yeah.
I know. Honestly, I've really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, me too. I didn't feel, I've not felt nervous at all. Like, usually I feel at least a little bit nervous, like with 500 cameras pointing at my face and like a microphone in my, I feel so relaxed, and like big like respect to you guys for setting up something amazing. Like,
Thank you so much.
Something just fell. I felt it.
yeah, it's amazing. So well done to you guys.
Thank you so much.
That's literally all we want to do. Like, it's just create like a comfortable environment so that people feel open to share. Like, no one's looking. Like, hey, just squeeze that in there real quick. Then practicing that in the mirror.
So Mel, do you want to read us some stories?
Yeah, I've got some stories.